Hello and good day to you. Today's video, we are demonstrating the use of a stencil in making a frame or a frame design in our stenciling technique of 12 Crafts of Cardmaking. For this project, we'll need a palette plate or a flat plate to mix our color. We need a paintbrush. That's a house paintbrush, 1/2 inch. We need liquid glue. I'm going to use peel-off sticker. This is optional, you just need one. We need our base card. I've already printed my logo at the back of this. It's not necessarily need to have scallop at the edge. You can have it plain, that's fine with that. Need masking tape, scissors. This is a wallpaper scissors. I got it for £1 at Poundland, or the Pound Shop, Poundland. Okay, we need card. I'm using grey and black. We need paint. I'm using watercolor. This is by Crelando, Lidl. We need an embossing mat. This is not compulsory. You can omit the embossing part of it. And because we need an embossing mat, we need a die cutting and embossing machine. And the plates, sorry. These are the plates for the die cutting and embossing machine. And this is the die cutting and embossing machine we'll be using. You can use any one you have. This one has been discontinued. It's crossover by Tattered Lace. And we need our stencil. I'm using the Layer Trellis stencil by Plaid Craft or Plaid Enterprise. The stencil consists of three. This layer stencil consists of 3 parts. We have the silhouette, which is this. We have the pattern, and we have the mask. We'll be using just the mask and the pattern. We'll be using just the mask and the pattern. We'll leave the silhouette out of it. But you can use any one you desire. So let's start. The first thing we need to do is to emboss the stencil design. Okay, let me put this aside first. I'll bring it when I finish setting my plates. Is to emboss the stencil design on the card. This is optional. If you don't have a die cutting or embossing machine, you can just place the stencil on it and paint. I just want to create dimension and to also illustrate the technique of embossing with a stencil. So let's place our card first. Because it's landscape, I'm just going to open it, place the mat in between, place the card on top. Then I'll get the mask. I'll get the stencil mask and place it where I want it to be. Get a masking tape. Just roll it so that it forms, it's like a double-sided. And I'll place it in the middle of the stencil mask. And make sure I place it rightly, the mask rightly. Trying to get equidistance or equal distance for the edges. And so here we have it. When it embosses, it's not going to emboss, the pattern is not going to appear in the middle of the card here. It's going to appear around the edge because we're trying to create a frame. So I'll place this and we'll just stick it down a little because we're going to work with it. That's why I want to stick it. I'm going to color after embossing. So I don't want the emboss, the stencil to move. And then we'll place the other plate over it. Bring in the die cutting and embossing machine, and I'll make sure will feed in. I'll make sure the stencil fits. I'll make sure the stencil that the stencil is not poking at the side because I don't want to ruin my stencil. I'm using setting. So I'm using setting 7. I've embossed it. I don't need to do it twice. So I'm going to take the plate off and we can see the embossed detail on it. Okay, I've now moved my stencil, so I have to make sure it lines properly. Lined it. So here we have the embossed. So the mask, you can see the mask you can see the mask inside. So what we need to do now is to mix our color. I'll mix white and black to get gray. So I just brush it over. I have to be careful of the edge because of the mat. But since it's watercolor, I can clean it off the mat when I finish. You can pounce or you can just glide over it. You can also move in a circular motion. If you have gold spray, you can use it over it. But take into consideration the stencil. You know, some sprays are permanent when they dry. Okay. We'll finish painting. The mask is still in here. So we'll take off the first stencil layer or first layer stencil. I'll just put it aside. And I'll take off the mask. And be gentle so that I don't rip the card and also soil my work. So this is the mask. Oh, this it ripped, stuck too much, so it's ripped my card. Okay, I'm gonna place something in on top now. So while it's drying, I'll just go over the stencil with wipes and paper towel so that it do not smudge the paint. I just want to cut around the stencil. So place the mask on the card, on the gray card, and I'll cut around it. So to make it easier for me, I'm just going to cut close to it. Try. So I've cut around it. I'm going to do same for the black, but then I'll reduce the black a little, because we're going to place this here, and I'll place, so that'll cover this. Okay, so I've cut it out. I'm going to keep this mask. Then, you see they are the same size. I want to layer the black on. Let me see if I use only the black, if it would be nice. Oh, but I do like a nice, I don't want a nice edge. Around there, I should have used gold. Since the peel off is going to be gold, I should have used gold. Evening invitation. So I just want to see how it's going to look like, because I wanted to use gold to enhance it, then place this a gold card now to enhance it instead of gray. Then I'll place this, the evening invitation, in the middle. Still thinking. Or I can leave it like that without the gray. Just and my gray paint is on the dark side, so it blends perfectly. Let me see closer view. Okay, that's fine. I'll go with this. I won't use the gray card anymore. Since it's the same size, I'm just going to dab around the end here. So I have a little bit of the edge poking out. I'm just going to trim it. And on this other side, just going to trim it. How did I put it upside down? I did. I put the sentiment upside down. Now hope it's not stuck. This is a new one. Put this one there. This is a new one. Just wanna check. So it says evening invitation. So I'm just going to let me see. Let me cut two. So I'm just cutting 2 strips of card because it's too bare. I just want to add something to the sides. So just a strip of card and merging the edge together, gluing the edges together. Slightly overlap the edge and glue just to form a ring. Hold it firmly till it sticks. Then you don't need to do this. I'm just trying to place something to make sure that it's not that. At least we can slip Mentos there. I think I have one Mentos. I can slip mint there or chocolate. Or even a tissue. Or pen, you can slip a pen there. So let me just put this. I've done. Looks different now. Oh, so I'm going to place my hand a little, my finger a little until it dries. Okay. Okay, so here's our card. We've used the stencil as a frame to create this frame design. Thanks for joining me for this video of using the stencil to create a frame for our 12 crafts of card making, the technique of stenciling. You can visit the blog anino.ogunjobi.com to keep up with what is happening in the crafting industry. Until next time, happy crafting, happy designing, and bye for now. Thank you.